Yeah. 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 Chrome hearts at the Caesar's Palace. I was a sneaker savage, undefeated baggage. K-bar, you can be established. A 230s, that's 69s. You can eat a salad while you feed a phallus. I speak in pallets that can be with graphics.
Monday night, afternoon, evening, depending on where you are. That means it's mano a mano time with my brother Kenny T. First of all, let me ding the bell for Kenny T. Dinging the bell for Kenny T. And yo, we got a lot to talk about, Kenny. So let's get right into it. It was a big weekend out here in New York City, as people here in the city know. Okay, I know Kenny knows about the big fight that took place at the Garden. I was there. All right, want to shout out everybody that was also there live with Maestro. Okay, I'm talking about my man Ike. He was in the building. All right, I want to talk about my man Hans. Hans was in the building. All right, a lot of people were in the building on Saturday night. I'm really looking forward to talking about it, okay, because a lot of stuff happened there, and let's get going, Kenny. First of all, why don't you talk about the experience of the card on television, Kenny, and then I'm going to get into the experience of it live at the Garden at the Hulu Theater, and we're gonna run it all down. I still have the flap jacket on, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give people a preview of the Maestro flap jacket. Now, I had to wear the flap jacket because I had to protect myself from all of the bombs that were being dropped and firings that were happening there live at Madison Square Garden. Maestro had to have the flap jacket on. I had to protect myself, Kenny, but you were there in the comfort of your home. Talk to me, KT. Let's talk about the last fights. Let's talk about Ramirez and Nova. And then obviously we got to talk about Artur Beterbiev, who took on Joe Smith Jr. And let's get right into it. Kenny, floor is yours, baby. Let's go.
Let's do it, man. Look, Ramirez looked fucking amazing. You know, you always know that in watching the fight card on TV, you're going to get a lot of nonsense that you're going to hear from the commentators, i.e., you know, those guys that we talk shit about. I'm not going to mention their names. They don't deserve to be mentioned because we know who they are, who the trash talkers are. But Ramirez looked fucking amazing out there versus Nova. His punches were precise. His punches were powerful. He was counter punching. Yes, he was a little more tentative from the beginning up until he felt more comfortable and started catching Nova with everything that he was throwing. Nova looked good until he didn't look good. Nova didn't think he was going to get stopped. He was talking about, I'm the bigger guy. I'm the stronger guy. I got the better chin. I got this. I got that. And Nova ended up getting stopped by the smaller dude with the more power and the more aggression, the guy that believes himself. Ryan Garcia needs to take it after Robesi and start believing in his damn self. If he believes in himself, he'll change his whole damn projection of his career. And then we go to the main man that everybody was talking shit about. The main man, the guy, the guy that me and Maestro been believing in forever. The guy that you guys were saying would be easy pickings for Canelo. The guy that you guys were saying would be easy pickings for Bivol. This man will destroy everybody. Everybody up to the cruiserweight. I know Maestro don't want to see that, but I'm telling you, this man, Beterbiev or Beterbiev, however you say his name, he will destroy everybody all the way up to the cruiserweight class. But don't believe me, I don't give a damn. He used to fight in the amateurs against heavyweights, and he damn near knocked out Oleksandr Usyk in the heavyweights as an amateur. So let's stop fucking playing. Put some respect on the man's name. Let's go.
Yeah, you definitely got to put some respect on his name. But before we get to the respect that needs to be put on Artur Beterbiev's name, I got to put some respect on Ismail Salas' name, because dude is one of the best trainers in the game. He's got Kazuto Uyoka. He's got Yordanis Ugas. He's got the juggernaut Joe Joyce. And Saturday night, he also had Robesis Ramirez. And look, I got to speak to the Don himself, the professor himself. We're going to go to that real quick, Kenny, because I want to let everybody know and hear what he had to say. Let's have a listen.
Profesor Salas, qué tremenda pelea. Háblame de la pelea, por favor, y del knockout. ¿Prepararon para eso?
Por supuesto, esto.
So I asked him, did you guys prepare for that knockout? Obviously, it was a tremendous fight. Did you prepare for that knockout. You guys remember he knocked him out in the corner with that left hand.
Esto fue una pelea más táctica
It was a really tactical fight,
que otra cosa, ¿no?
more than anything,
Porque teníamos enfrente un peleador mucho más grande que el nuestro.
because we had a fighter in front of us that was a lot bigger than Robesis,
Tenemos enfrente un peleador sólido
a solid fighter,
y teníamos enfrente un tipo que pega.
and a guy that can hit hard.
Es decir, que todo lo que nosotros fuéramos a hacer dentro de la pelea, teníamos que hacerlo bien preparado.
Everything we needed to do in that fight, we needed to do it with a lot of preparation.
¿Cuál fue la táctica?
That was the
La
tactic.
estrategia. Él lo hizo luego en la táctica ya aplicado. Irlo picando por abajo para que
We were touching him below, we're touching him to the body,
se ubicara en los golpes de abajo y después subir.
and then we hit him up top.
Sí.
Y gracias a Dios nos salió.
Con
And thanks to God, that's how it turned out.
la izquierda.
Con la izquierda.
Qué bueno,
With the left hand.
qué bueno. ¿Y qué planes tiene para Ramírez?
What plans you have for Ramirez going forward?
Para el futuro.
No, ahora solo el top rank decide cuál es
That's up to Top Rank to decide.
el próximo paso. Nosotros estamos listos. Ya el servicio display ha ido mejorando en pelea por pelea.
He says that they're ready and that they're improving fight by fight.
¿Está listo para los campeones?
Ya lo vieron.
Qué bueno, felicidades, señor.
Era buen paso.
I asked him if he's ready for the champions. He said absolutely. Ding the bell, because he really prepared Robesis for that fight. Look, going into this fight, Robesis wasn't even really known for being a power puncher like that. But I spoke to Steve Kim after the fight. Salute to Steve Kim. He was there live. A salute to him, Mario Lopez, with the Triller show that they got. And he was saying that, look, under Salas has developed it more into a hard-hitting, aggressive power puncher. And I definitely agree with that, Kenny. We've seen a lot of improvement since that first loss that Robesis had, and he's turning out to be a top dog in terms of a contender in the 126-pound division. Salute to Nando. He's not only a subscriber, Nando also happens to be a member, ladies and gentlemen. So you don't all have to be members. I'd appreciate it if you did become members, but what I will ask everybody to do, everyone here live, everybody watching on demand later on, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, select all on that notification bell. Anything else on Robesis or Salas, Kenny, before I get to talking about Beterbiev?
But man, super impressed by Robesis. I think that, like I mentioned when I was running through it earlier, I think Ryan Garcia could really take a page off of Robesis' book. Robesis is a dude that he got all the experience under the sun, Olympics twice, lost his first fight, and could have gone downhill after losing that first fight. But no, he stayed focused, he stayed steady, he stayed with his coach, he stayed with his team, continued to grow, and look at him. He's at the top of his game right now. So damn confident in his power, the power that people didn't believe he had. So damn confident in his counter-punching, his boxing ability. Robesis makes me believe in everything that he's bringing to the table. I'm all behind that man and everything that he's doing. Ryan Garcia needs to pay attention to that and start believing in himself. And I think Ryan Garcia turned out to be a better fighter. Robesis is going all the way up.
100%. Now, look, let's get into Beterbiev. Okay, let's get into Beterbiev, because going into this fight, there were people that thought that Joe Smith was going to win this fight. I wasn't one of those.
Get to the super chat real quick.
Get to the super chat. Thank you. It's Nando. All right, I did say he's not just a sub, he's a member. He says, hey, yo, saludos from El Gimnasio. Nando always gets his workouts in there on the West Coast around this time. So salute to Nando for taking care of that, because, you know, working out, staying healthy, you know, healthy mind, healthy body. Everybody need to focus on that. So salute to Nando for that one. Now, I'm not going to say that I had Beterbiev knocking out Joe Smith in 2 rounds. I don't know anybody that said that. I definitely didn't say that. KT didn't say it. I thought he was going to win, but I honestly thought that Joe Smith was going to be more durable than that. This is a guy that had never been knocked down, let alone knocked out. One thing that Tim Bradley said that resonated with me when I watched the telecast later on is he said, well, or was it Andre Ward? It was one of them. They said, you know, he's never been down as an amateur or a pro. Well, he's never faced an Artur Beterbiev. You know, his amateur background, I'm not knocking it, but it was on a domestic level. Beterbiev, on the other hand, was an international amateur fighter, 2-time European champion, world championship gold medalist, world championship silver medalist, and going into this fight, he was a 2-time unified light heavyweight champion of the world. Okay, so Beterbiev was on a different level going into this fight. Beterbiev showed that he's on a different level during and after the fight. No, he didn't just go out there and blast dude out, just swinging haymakers and throwing bombs. First round, he was actually boxing beautifully technically. He was on his toes. He was circling. All right, he was retreating. He was taking half-step backs. He was moving to the left, moving to the right, constantly having Joe Smith having to reset and then overextend himself and then walk him into a shot, which is exactly what he did, tagging him with that right hand that put him down. Second round, then he started to walk Joe Smith down, and it was just a one-sided beating, Kenny. People that want to knock his boxing ability, I don't get it. Technical boxing, next level. Next level, all right? Tactically, next level, all right? His ability to manage distance, next level. His ability to make small but yet super important foot movements. Nothing overstated, everything understated, everything getting the job done. He did that. Managing distance, footwork, he did that. Changing levels, he did that. Hitting him on both sides of the head and on the body, he did that. He did everything he wanted to do against them. And look, if you remember, my interviews are up there live on the channel. You can also catch snippets of the interviews on the Boxing Voice because I shared my stuff with them too. After the fight, okay, Iceman John Scully, he confirmed that they did everything that they planned to do. By the way, when you got Iceman John Scully as your assistant trainer, your team is a great team. Russ Amber, another assistant trainer, he actually thought that Joe Smith was going to be more durable and last a little bit longer, but he confirmed that, yes, you know, they had prepared to essentially do what they did. And obviously the head of the team, a guy who's trained multiple world champions in the light heavyweight division. I'm talking about Adrian Diacono. I'm talking about Jean Pascal. I'm talking about Alvarez. And now I'm talking about the current unified WBO, IBF, WBC light heavyweight champion in Artur Beterbiev. I'm talking about Mark Ramsey. Ding the bell for Mark Ramsey, Kenny, because he's one of the most underrated trainers in the sport. I think he's one of the best trainers in the sport. They game plan this. They train him super well. And I got to give another shout out to the strength and conditioning coach. We talked about it last time we spoke on the channel, Kenny. Can't remember his name off the top of my head. I'll run it back later and bring him up. But the workouts he had Artur doing, preparing for this, you could just tell everything was functional. Everything was purposeful. Everything was designed to attain what they ended up doing on Saturday, and that was getting the KO, Kenny.
I'm 100% on board in the same page with you. I think, as we said, people need to put some respect on Beterbiev's name or Beterbiev's name. The guy doesn't only throw the power punches, the blind, random power punches that you guys be talking about. The guy is skilled. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but he was throwing his hook from different angles and landing it in different ways and going around the guard without really making it all super wide and stuff. The way Joe Smith's punches were, his hooks were super wide. Is what I was telling you guys before the fight. Beterbiev has these very clean, powerful, compact punches. He wasn't doing all this stuff. He was going right inside, literally, right inside the Joe Smith's punches and landing the more powerful, impactful punches. Not only that, he wasn't even fully hooking at some places. Those clubbing shots, bro, those were doing damage. Those are the ones that took Joe Smith Jr. down. I need everybody. I need all the Beterbiev haters. Every single person that discredits this man's skill, his knowledge, his mindset, his ability, his poise in the ring. I need everybody. I need everybody to give this man some respect. Everybody. I don't want to hear no hate. I don't want to hear shit negative about Beterbiev because he is that guy. He is that guy. And one more thing. Russian fighters are really starting to impress me, bro. Russian fighter. I got 3 Russian fighters off the top of my head that are 3 animal beast savages that have this insane mentality when they hop in the ring and are able to keep that mentality and that poise and stick to the game plan. And they seem like they are never afraid. Those 3 fighters being Beterbiev, Bevo, and the other one is from MMA, Khabib Nurmagomedov. Yeah. 3 savage animals. That's why you hear me always joking about they be wrestling bears and shit, because these guys don't fucking play. You gotta respect them. You gotta respect what they're doing.
You're right, and I put together a little compilation video that I dropped before the show. I'm going to put up a little bit of it just to kind of overview some of the things that Beterbiev was doing, or Beterbiev, sorry. I mean, that was the first knockdown there, but everything's tight. Everything's compact. And look at the defensive readiness there after he's thrown that shot. His hands are in place to defend himself. Always, right? He's getting out of range. Look at this here. Hands up, ready to defend himself in transition. I'll put a little bit of sound on here.
I ain't talking toilet paper when I said it. I'm a lover paper products, diamond shining like a laser. I'm just shining every day. They walking in the Asian market, bunch of eyes. You can ride away with me, sit back a bunch of tired. Get together 50 rhymes. I should I apologize. Wrong, find a land is trying to claim. I'm a sucky pie. I don't blame rappers trying to take a step away from me.
Unbelievable skills. Ooh, Tony is coming with the big boy super chat today. Props to you for great coverage from behind the scenes this week and some superb interviews with the real heroes of boxing. Appreciate that, Tony. One love, bless up. I definitely appreciate that. And I'm going to ask Tony to come on later because we got to discuss the big news. We're going to get to that later. Well, there's two bits of big news for UK and world boxing fans. One, Tyson Fury apparently has been denied entry to the UK. And two, AJ signed that big come-up deal with DAZN. He's moving over from Sky Sports to DAZN. So I definitely want to get some UK input on those. And I reached out to Tony Pugilist for that. So appreciate you, Tony, for that one. And look, what can I say? Artur Beterbiev, Kenny, he's the man. And Anthony Yarde was in attendance. I interviewed Anthony Yarde. A bunch of other people did as well. Tunde, Stamina for Sale, his trainer was there. They want the fight. They want the fight. But, you know, and I was excited to see them. You know, you don't oftentimes see guys coming out over here from the UK calling out fighters, watching fighters, let alone a guy like Beterbiev. They want the fight. But, you know, I got to get serious here, Kenny. I got to take the glasses off real quick. You know, we got to zoom in for this because I got some messages for people out there in the UK. Stay away from Artur Beterbiev. Stay away. I'm warning you guys. Please stay away. Stay away. Don't call this man out. Don't get into a fight with him. You know, leave that to Bivol. Let's see how the chips fall with an undisputed unification fight. You don't need the problems that this guy brings to your life. Trust me. Because what I saw and heard Saturday, that's not something that you want to be getting involved with. Anybody wants to be getting involved with, unless literally they're Dimitri Bivol, who's a very high-level technician, a practicer of the sweet science, and is going to be able to, you know, use his experience and his skills to make it a more competitive fight. I like Anthony Yarde a lot, but there is a huge jump in gap from the Lyndon Arthur rematch of a Lyndon Arthur first fight that was actually very competitive to a long layoff in the sport to taking on this monster that we just saw on Saturday in Beterbiev. At a minimum, this is Maestro management talking right now. I don't know how serious you guys are taking this, so let me just zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to zoom in all the way here. Take a tune-up fight. Seek out another opponent. You do not want this man right now. I'm telling you that. I'm telling you, Kenny, the body shots, the head shots that I was hearing, even the ones that didn't knock down Joe Smith Jr. were very, very hurtful, very, very heavy, very, very lethal shots.
Man, look. Even Bivol doesn't want to smoke with Beterbiev. Even Bivol don't want it. He has an interview. He himself saying, "Nah, anybody who gets in the ring with Artur Beterbiev is going down. He destroys everybody." Even Bivol don't want that. Although Bivol will take the smoke, even Bivol don't want that smoke. And please, I saw this in the chat, so you know I'm gonna bring it up. And I also heard a couple people talking about it. You guys are fucking clowns and fools if you think that fucking your boy Zuldo got any fucking thing on Beterbiev.
That's a
Stop
good
playing. You know it's not. Zurdo gets knocked out way earlier than Joe Smith Jr. does. Matter of fact, I'd like to see Joe Smith Jr. knock the fucking teeth out of Zurdo. Stop playing. Zurdo can't handle Joe Smith Jr.
No, that's too much. Kenny, that you went too far, Kenny. You went too far.
I'm only speaking the facts.
You went too far, Kenny.
No.
Zurdo is going more than 2 rounds with Beterbiev. I like
Zurdo's getting knocked out in the first. He ain't making it past the first.
I'm high on Beterbiev, but put some respect. Put some respect on Zurdo's name.
He needs to do something other than fight some truck drivers, man.
Put some respect on Zurdo's name. At the end, he put some respect on his name. Come on, Kenny. He's going at least 2 rounds with Beterbiev. And he and by the way, he beats Joe Smith. Let's keep it real.
I don't know about that.
Real.
I don't know about that. I actually would put money.
Beats Joe Smith.
I actually would put money down that Joe Smith beats Zurdo, and that's like not joking. That's like dead serious.
Wow, Kenny's not even capping right now, even though he's wearing the cap turned backwards. He's not capping. He's not capping. All right, so let's get into it because I wanna talk about these stories real quick, and we'll get back to everything else. So I want to invite on. I'm gonna shoot the link to my man Tony Pugilist boy, because I want the scoop from the UK in terms of what's going on with AJ, with leaving Sky, how that changes the landscape over there. I'm hoping that Tony's available. I also reached out to our mutual brother, OTC Off the Canvas, but I know it's late out there. But if, I can't think of 2 better guys, probably Base the Kid as well, to talk about the shifting dynamics of what's going on in the business of boxing. And here we go. We're joined by the one and only. I don't have the applause, but I do got this.
Undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. Who next?
Well, who next? It's Tony, aka Pugilist boy. There we go. Flex. Tony, why don't you before we get into the AJ news, Tony, enlighten us. Because, you're the breakdown specialist, right? You got a PhD in breaking it down, right? Break down what you saw on Saturday night, because obviously we're very excited, but I want to hear from somebody who's maybe a little bit, a few not feet, but getting a different view of it, being across the world, different time of day, maybe not as gassed up as I was being there live. So let's hear it, Tony. What are your thoughts on what we saw this past weekend?
Well, as you know, I'm going to be breaking it down tomorrow on my own show, The Breakdown, on the Undefeated podcast channel. But quite simply, a beautiful display of inside punching. 2 rounds of great action where we saw Artur display movement, balance, timing, power. What more could you want? I mean, Joe Smith came out with a game plan, and I think he kind of shook Artur for, half a round, because Artur was on the back foot, and he had to think, whoa. This is
the jab that he was throwing, right, Tony?
Yeah. But Artur is Artur, man. He's a consummate professional. I was very impressed. I mentioned it on my own show that I watched Blood, Sweat, and Tears, the prelim shows.
That was great.
I really enjoyed that. Because getting to see some of the footage, some of the training that he does. You look at some of the things he does, and nobody else is doing that. And that's why I had to give you props, Maestro, because you spoke to the training team at depth, and it allowed us to get an angle that we don't often get.
What was interesting to me, I'm glad you brought that up, because I didn't make this point earlier before you came on. Mark Ramsey, who I spoke to after the fight, great trainer. If there is a light heavyweight specialist out there, it's him. He's trained multiple light heavyweight world champions. And then his assistant trainer is a guy who's trained a light heavyweight champion with a light heavyweight himself, Iceman John Scully. they pretty much said that the past few fights were a little bit more difficult for them because they couldn't bring in sparring, right? Because of the pandemic, because of restrictions on migration into Canada. And as it is, even with the high level guys, I did a video, I put it up, interview with Mickey Bay, shout out to Hans on his channel. A link is in the description box on that one. He said the stories of Beterbiev and sparring Beterbiev, ain't nobody making waves like this since a prime Mike Tyson. He's sending dudes home with the oversized gloves. He's offering extra cash payments that people don't want to turn up to spar. Right? And they had 2 camps back to back where they couldn't even get in those guys because they had to rely on local guys in Montreal to train. This past win was the product of having it all come together. Health, injury-free, access to great sparring, freedom of movement around because we don't have the restrictions of the pandemic. It all came together, Tony. Floor is yours. Sorry, I burst in on that one, but you got
that had to be said. It's great intel, for boxing aficionados like ourselves. We like to hear all these types of bits of information because it paints the picture of how you craft a guy like Artur Beterbiev. It's not just go in the gym, work out, hit bag, spar. It's not about that. There's lots of things involved. And if you listen to my show tomorrow, you'll hear us breaking down a lot about how Anthony Joshua has to prepare for his rematch with Usyk. So, once again, salute to you for the inside word with the guys who make Artur Beterbiev. Great performance, really impressive.
We're going to get to Joshua in a second. I want to go to you, OCT, for your thoughts on Beterbiev this past weekend. But you see that big up, fam. You see that training team that they have for Beterbiev? That's the training team I was calling for your boy AJ. That's the team. I called it months. You remember I was on the Undefeated. I said, that's the team. Isolate him. Get him out of the UK and US media market. Put him someplace else. Give him an expert team focused just on him. I mean, the guy I saw from the strength and conditioning standpoint that works with Beterbiev, I've been watching him for a while. I'm telling you, as a master phys ed teacher with 2 master's degrees, that is the best strength and conditioning I have seen in these documentary, like a pre-fight things, period, that I've ever seen anybody do. Everything was functional. Everything was purposeful. The use of the hand weights, the use of the kettlebells, even the way they had him benching properly, it was all designed for maximum output and achievement in the boxing ring. And you don't always see that, but OTC, the floor is yours, fam. Go for it.
Sorry, can I just jump in? Bless up to you, OTC. But just on that single point that you just made, I have to say, I believe that certain people on this earth are natural KO artists. Yeah,
I agree.
There are some people who just have a natural chemistry in their balanced body that allows them to deliver KO power with minimum effort. And it's clear to me, Artur Beterbiev is one such person. The floor is yours, my brother.
Absolutely. I completely agree. I think that if you get a bunch of, untrained boxing children, let's just say they're 10 years old, I guarantee you're going to find some that are stronger naturally than others. And Beterbiev is one of those individuals. He carries power on both hands. I guarantee you, if most people feel a jab from Artur Beterbiev, it'll feel like they've been shocked with the world. So for me, Yarde got his work cut out, for him. But Beterbiev himself, this individual, 37 years old as well. And you know what's crazy? He doesn't need speed and accuracy, all of those things to sustain that top level. That power, for me, I think the person that could beat Beterbiev, and I know this might sound so simple, but it's probably extremely true. It's somebody who could take his punch. It's somebody like, remember,
that guy was Joe Smith, though.
Who's going to be able to take his punch? It's a difficult one. Like, the guy in the amateurs damn near knocked out Usyk at heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? If the fight would have been 1 or 2 more rounds, I guarantee you he would have knocked out Usyk in the amateurs. So, Usyk is a heavyweight now. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to take that man's power?
Honestly, I'm hoping it's Anthony Yarde. My fingers are crossed it's Anthony Yarde. You saw it against Biv. Look, I know you lot are shaking your head. I'm just living in hope and prayer at this point. But this is sport. This is boxing. This is a one-off contest with 2 men in the ring, both men with a lot of power. And at the flick of a coin, you've seen upsets happen in the past before in boxing. It's not an abnormal. Well, in this circumstance, it probably is, because I don't think there's much people really balls on the line saying I'm really going for Anthony to win.
So quick sec, and then right back to you, OTC. I had to put some respect on this man's name, Andrzej Kuleska. I believe that's a Polish name. I'm telling you, this was the best strength and conditioning coach I've seen, at least by watching these documentaries. The dude is incredible. He's absolutely incredible. Go back to you, OCT, while I play some of this man's handiwork in the background. I mean, the stuff he had Beterbiev doing for this fight, and you could just see how serious the man is watching him do his thing. Training, everything here is functional. Everything here is designed to see maximum output in the gym. He's combining strength training with cardio work. He's working quick twitch muscles. I mean, you see him working the core here, working the core strength there. Unbelievable work that I saw the guy doing. But right back to you, OTC.
Wow. Like, as you can see here, like, this guy is an absolute animal. This guy's an absolute monster. But we saw it between Canelo and Bivol. Bivol was able to take the punches of Canelo Alvarez and effectively nullified that big threat. Can Anthony Yarde take those punches? He's he is, from the outside looking in, very well conditioned. That Beterbiev punches, it's like that's like there's punch power and then there's Beterbiev punch. If you can take a Beterbiev punch, like you could, like if a car hits you, I'm confident that the car will be broken and you will still remain with your senses intact. Like if you can take a Beterbiev punch, because Beterbiev, like, it's going to be a tough test. But this is the stuff of dreams. You got to flick the coin. You've got to go in the ring, and on the night, you never know. Beterbiev could have a long night. He may not sleep that night. He may have an upset stomach. He may go into the ring and see flashing lights and start like freezing. You never know. Crazier things have happened in boxing. That's what I'm saying.
I do want to say something though. After Bivol beat Canelo, I was saying that we have to see that rematch. I'm gonna go back on my word now, and I'm gonna say I never want to see Canelo at 175 again, because Beterbiev is the next step in that, and Beterbiev is a career ender. Beterbiev is a game changer. Canelo may never fight again if he gets hit with some punches like that from Beterbiev. No joke.
I know Kenny likes what's on the screen right now. I know Kenny likes that bench press work over there. You know, proper form over there. You see him using the yoga block over there. Look at that kettlebell work, Kenny. Look at that kettlebell. Look at that wrist strength. Look at the focus of Beterbiev. Look at him training the core right there, yo.
Getting me ready to go to the gym right after this.
My goodness. But look, we gotta move on just a little bit, gentlemen, because I want the UK, or maybe, I don't know if you guys are monarchists. Let me say GB. Let me go with Great Britain, not the kingdom. Tony doesn't strike me as a monarchist. So let me go Team GB style, right? I want the GB. I want the London perspective of this move by Anthony Joshua over to DAZN. That was big news out of the UK, gentlemen. Let's go. Let's start off with you, Tony. What does that mean?
Major mullah. Major mullah. Big dollar signs. Yeah. You know, look, this is an unprecedented deal. You know, we have not seen anyone strike a deal like this in the history of boxing.
Yeah, I mean,
it's I'm lost for words because it just baffles me completely. How do you sign a deal like this when your livelihood could be over like this? I mean, literally, Usyk can knock this guy out, and you have to question, what's all that money for? I mean, it just makes no sense. So, you know, me and my boys were chopping it up at the weekend, and we was like, well, there's got to be some kind of go fallback where, you know, look, if you lose to Usyk, you only get 50% of the money. And if you lose again after that, you only get 25% of the money. Because I can't see how you put all your eggs in one basket. I know he's the cash cow, but nobody wants to see him again if he loses 2 more fights. I mean, barely they want to see him again if he loses this one.
But Tony,
imagine if he loses this one and one more.
Just to ask you this, right? Because they recycled Audley Harrison like over and over and over again after he lost, and like he was filling out arenas, and go ahead.
Filling nothing, brother. Audley Harrison is fighting. Hold up. I won a major mullah on Audley Harrison winning what was then called prize fighter.
Right. Okay, that's way later. I'm talking about for like the David Haye fight. That was a sellout fight. That was a sellout fight.
Audley Harrison done what no other boxer was capable of doing when he won the Olympic gold medal. He came back to the UK. He struck an amazing deal with ITV, 10-fight deal. I can't even remember how much it was for.
I think it was the BBC. Was it the BBC?
Yeah. And you gotta fulfill your deal. You're part of the deal. He was paid. So maybe who he was fighting, he was getting paid.
Okay, so you got me on Audley. Okay, the last Olympic heavyweight gold medal, super heavyweight gold medalist. What about your boy Frank Bruno? He took a lot of losses. He kept coming back. He kept selling out shows. What about Bruno?
Was the people's champion, bro.
Bruno
was the people's champion. Do you know what? We have never had a fighter in Britain since Bruno who has been the people's champion. You got to understand, my brother. You know how you do that voice sometimes, yeah?
Yeah.
You got to put some respect on his name. Yeah? Because Bruno, in the United Kingdom, people in America, you might not realize this. He was the people's champion.
So AJ's not the people's champion like Frank Bruno?
Not like Frank Bruno, man.
All right,
it's hard to believe because the money might say he's bigger than Bruno.
Yeah.
Trust me. Bruno had the grannies. He was on mainstream TV. Yeah. He didn't fight on pay-per-view. Yeah. Bruno had the grannies, the uncles, the aunties, the cousins, all sitting around the TV. No pay-per-view. Free to view.
So it was the EastEnders, and then it was Frank Bruno.
Oh, yeah. You best believe that.
All right, so let me ask you this, OTC, because I've been saying for a while that like Ben Shalom and Sky Sports have been doing a pretty good job in terms of coming back and making Sky relevant. Does this put maybe at least one nail in the coffin of Sky? Because they seem like they were pretty confident in terms of bringing back Anthony Joshua.
In terms of the Sky Sports, and from their perspective, I think they're going to make a comeback, but at the same time is when that's going to be. When is that going to be? Because right now they've got a few decent fighters, and a lot of them are really like, 10, 15 fights in for the majority of them, maybe even some, at the very junior stage or infancy stages of their pro career. I think in the next maybe 2, 3, 4 years, that's when they'll really be at a mark that, okay, we're getting some headway, we're getting some leg room here. But until then, I don't know what they're going to do. And I made a joke saying that, and to be fair, it is. I don't think they got like, see me. I'm coming up with this option, but to be fair, I don't know what else they're going to do. I've suggested for the next maybe 2-3 years, go with YouTube boxing as your pay-per-view model, stack them up until you can get and build up the profile of your Olympians or build up the profiles of the fighters that are on the come up. Because without AJ, and the thing is the DAZN deal good for the or with AJ good for the DAZN? For me, I think it is, and the reason why I say it is, other than Anthony Joshua, Tyson Fury is quote unquote retired. Other than Anthony Joshua, as it stands right now, there is no other real pay-per-view fighter in the UK.
Daniel Dynamite Dubois.
Yeah, fucking right.
Daniel Dynamite.
He just fought Trevor Bryan. Stop playing, man. Get out of here. Anthony Joshua, that fight will be good for the
Kenny,
zone,
put
man.
some respect on his name. They showed it on pay-per-view here in the United States. Put some respect.
Right. Do I need to start calling him Dubious again? Come on, man. Stop playing.
What was that for? That was for the Martin Luther King belt. What was it? What was it for? The Freedom of Peace belt?
Let me go to the super chat real quick. We got Big Papa Pump, aka Slide Tendencies. He's not just a subscriber, he's a member, ladies and gentlemen. Hit that like button, subscribe button, hit that notification bell, please, and also share if you can. And if you do want to, feel so inclined, do what Slide did and hit that join button. So he says, everyone loved Frank Bruno. The man can get a standing ovation anywhere. What's up, OTC, Tony, Kenny, and my dude, Maestro? Yes, big up to you, Slide Tendencies. I appreciate it. All right, you're right. I mean, look, to me, it looks like the heavyweight chips, for the most part, are lined up with the zone because you've got Usyk and Joshua committed to fighting over there. All right, at least at the top level. You got Fury, but he says he's retiring. So I don't really know what that necessarily means. And then at Sky, I guess you got Joseph Parker there right now and Huey Fury. I mean, it definitely looks like the zone #1, ESPN top rank #2. And then I don't even know what Sky's doing right now with the heavyweights. I don't even understand why Joe Parker decided to sign with them.
But let's not forget we have a resurgent PBC because they actually have started to make some matches.
There you go.
They have started to activate themselves in a manner befitting a platform which has as many boxes as it does.
So you're excited about that? You're excited about Andy Ruiz Jr. and Luis Ortiz?
You know what? I am actually.
Hold up. I'm sensing some brethren Caribbean bias right now. You supporting your Caribbean brethren? You're supporting Luis Ortiz?
I love Luis Ortiz.
Excited about
He's
this?
guaranteed entertainment. No matter the fact that he's
the bell
5 years old.
Ding the bell for the Caribbeans. Ding the bell for the
40. Bro, if both Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz retired right now, nobody would give a fuck. Nobody would miss them. Nobody would care. Like they could both moonwalk the hell out of boxing. Nobody would care. Bro, Andy Ruiz is the biggest disappointment that there is in boxing. Go eat some Snickers and go sit somewhere, fat boy. Stop playing. You're not a boxer. You don't want to box.
But you might say that.
Tell him, Ken.
Your boy Andy Ruiz was a former unified heavyweight champion, and
then he got some money, and then what happened?
He knocked out AJ.
That's when he became unified. After that, what happened?
Andy Ruiz.
After that, he was wearing the international Snickers belt.
Hang on. So wait, who are you gonna pick out? Andy Ruiz.
Andy Ruiz is winning that fight.
Dynamite.
Oh, Dubious is winning. Dubious is knocking the fuck out of Ruiz. Yeah.
You're picking Dubious?
Hell yeah.
That jab in that right
hand.
That's
what I'm talking about.
He got unlucky with the orbital bone. He bent the knee. He bent the knee like in Game of Thrones, but he had to. He had to because he had to preserve his career. So let me look. The other big news out of the heavyweight division, and I don't know what you guys let me know what people are saying about this over there on Team GB, right? Apparently, Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King's not going to be allowed back over here anytime soon. He was denied entry into the U.S. Apparently,
it's not apparent, it's fact.
Okay, fact. A bit due to the Kinahan situation with MTK. Right. Personally, Tony, you may disagree with me, but I think that this is very unfair against the Gypsy King. I think this is very unfair. I think it's guilty by association. What are they saying? That he was involved in criminal activity?
Listen,
is that even legal?
The man's a heavyweight champion of the world.
With Kinahan is banned. Everybody, Macklin, you name it, everybody is banned. But the problem is, the US have shot themselves in the foot because the man doesn't need to go to the US to do his business.
No, he doesn't.
And he's free to travel the rest of the world. And believe it or not, boxing doesn't emanate and start in US. There's plenty of places where business in the boxing game can happen, and he can happily work his business as much as he likes. They haven't got nothing, because if they had some, he'd be extradited.
Quick timeout. I need Kenny to answer this question on the screen. Kenny, please take that one.
Bro, you kidding me? If you from New York, you know for a fact that Yankees are a racist ass team. You know the ins and outs, and we're minorities. We don't fuck with racist motherfuckers. That's why he's wearing the mask hat. Bang bang.
There you go. You know, Yankees still can't have beards. Yankees, they can't have braids. They can't have long hair. You got to get like special waivers just to wear a chain if you're a Yankees. And they still on that stuff. This is the city's team. That's the state's team. But we're gonna move back to OCB. Sorry, off the canvas. Do you think that this whole thing with Fury not coming to the U.S. is gonna affect anything in terms of big fights, or does it? Or is this good news in the UK? Does it mean that you guys are gonna get to see him again? Maybe.
I mean, even if he was allowed in the US, if he's coming out of retirement, more than likely it's going to be for an undisputed bout. Anywhere, like if you had to put all of the territory from the US to the UK to the Middle East, I think the US will probably be last on that list in terms of generating money, even if it was for Usyk and Fury. It will be number one, will be the Middle East, because they probably put in the most money. And number two, if they don't go to the Middle East and they want to fight in a home crowd and have the home advantage, will be in the UK. I think US won't even have a look in. And the only reason, he's already fought Deontay Wilder, so other than that, there's no real reason for him to go to the US and box on a pay-per-view show in the US, especially if he's coming out of retirement. Unless he wants to continue for the next 5-6 years or so. All right, cool. I get it. And I don't know whether his ESPN deal was completely finished as well. That remains to be seen.
They want Julian Assange in the United States, but they don't want Tyson Fury.
Yeah. Let me add a little to that too. I feel like Tyson Fury doesn't need to come to the U.S. All the great heavyweights are not from the U.S. There's only Deontay Wilder in the U.S. And is he even boxing right now? He's chilling.
You forgot a couple names, Kenny. Luis Ortiz and Andy Ruiz Jr.
Oh yeah, sure.
Jarrell Miller.
Oh yeah. The greatest heavyweights are in the U.S. Yeah, right. The heavyweights from the U.S. suck. Deontay Wilder is the only guy, and he's not even a great boxer. He just got an eraser of a punch. You know what I'm saying? All the heavyweights that Tyson Fury needs to fight are not from the U.S.
There we go. Let's get to the super chat, and then we're gonna go to Maestro's top 5. And then I'm going to ask my 3 brethren here whether they agree or disagree with the top 5. I got a top 5 list, and then I've got a new list that I've come up with, Kenny.
It's
called
woeful.
The eye test list.
It's woeful.
The eye test list. We're going to get to that one too. So hold on, ladies and gentlemen. We got a super chat, though. Michael Buford, thank you so much for the super chat. He says, Eddie Hearn opened up a restaurant 2 days before AJ versus Ruiz fight, and Ruiz decided to feast and gain 30 pounds. This is why Eddie is the best promoter. Laughing out loud. Okay,
that's good. That's good.
I missed. This is pretty good. I missed the call, so I'm gonna try to bring the call back in. Let's see if we can get them on the line. It was an area code 646. I'm calling you back right now. I got caught up in the moment of the super chat. Let's see if you are available. Let's see. Hello, 646. You there? Hello, 646. Here we go. Let's get to the super chat. Sounds like he's something's going on there. Anyways, let's go to Maestro's top 5. You know, and I need a little entry music for this. Hold on.
Yeah.
Okay, top 5 time, ladies and gentlemen.
Wrong music, bro. Wrong music.
Hold up. We got.
You should have played the Benny Hill music.
Hello, 646. You're back on live. You just interrupted the top 5, but we'll get to you and then we'll get back to the top 5. What's good, 646?
I'm sorry, Kenny. I'm sorry. Amílcar. How you guys doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Can't complain. How's it going, brother?
You guys mentioned Ike earlier. I love that guy as a broadcaster. You guys need to follow him. He's really good. He's a really good broadcaster.
This is my man Ike from Saturday Night. Ike works with NBC on the sports betting side of things. Is my man Ike, sports betting expert. How's it going, Ike?
Well, after that weekend, not too good. Not good with the UFC picks, and then Joe Smith let me down. Couldn't even make it to the final bell. Oh, my goodness. Did not hold it down for Strong Island, but he will reset. He will recalibrate and get back to the drawing board. But, yeah, Beterbiev or Beterbiev, whatever his freaking name is, King Artur, as you put on the YouTube post.
Ooh, I like that.
King Artur. Yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, man, just happy to be connected with you guys. Do a phenomenal job. If I hear that bell ring one more time, I'm gonna jump out of the window.
That's my favorite go-to, the bell. I dig the bell for the callers, for the super chats, and for every time people make great points. And extra times when I make great points, I love dinging the bell. You know, like patting myself
a ton of great points
on my back, a la Barry Horowitz. So
you are talented. You have the dulcet tones, the golden pipes, man. You are phenomenal. I really respect your talent. As you've learned, I'm coming from the MMA side. I feel like MMA and boxing could be a healthy marriage. I felt a little animosity to the Mayweather conjunction, but I'm a fan of boxing. Tyson Fury really swooped me in. You guys are talking about Fury with the activity that's going on with him, but yeah, I'm a fan of the boxing scene, and I'm just learning from you guys. So I appreciate the information.
I appreciate you, and that's Mr. Ike, courtesy of NBC, again on the sports betting side. Ike, I got to bring you back to go over some over-unders and those prop bets and everything else, so we'll have you back soon, brother.
100%. And if I could ask a crossover question, you guys have 30 seconds?
Go for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Can we officially say that Bruce is better than Michael Buffer?
No, never.
What?
Bruce Buffer? Are you kidding me?
Michael Buffer does nothing for me. He's just a sellout. He has that, like, does the same track over and over and over again. I'm not.
Well, Bruce says
Bruce ain't got nothing.
Over and over and over.
Bruce
don't even got the voice. Hey, people!
It's
UFC!
You guys are getting my nipples hard. I'm loving it. Exactly. You see what Bruce does? Come on, man. I feel like Michael's he's sitting on a lazy boy when he's talking. Like, Bruce tore his ACL from jumping up and down.
Yeah, that's some clown stuff when you tear your ACL. Wow. Announce it.
Man.
No, but
you see this? I prefaced this with MMA and boxing coming together and already you guys is a clown show. Shoot me down. Michael is better. Wow. Okay, I see how it is. I might be a regular caller to convince you guys to.
Yeah, please do
those 3 letters.
Please do. And Ike, I'm gonna link up with you again because, like I said, we got to do some betting stuff. Why don't you let everybody know where they could find you?
At Ike Feldman on Twitter. I'm getting better at the Instagram, but you guys are killing it. I will call again next week.
Appreciate that, Ike. Thank you so much.
Later, boys.
Absolutely.
Later, man.
That is my man, Ike Feldman, NBC Sports, ladies and gentlemen. Mano a mano. We doing it big time now. We getting NBC up in here. Now, as for Bruce Buffer and Michael Buffer, that's a no contest. That's like Joe Smith Jr. taking on Beterbiev.
Yeah, Michael just has the voice, you know.
Yeah.
Ladies, like, come on, man. The guy is the guy. All the way back to wrestling to boxing. Nah, come on.
He'd have Burger King hype. You know, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Impossible Burger and fries. You know what I mean? Anyways, let's get to it. Maestro's top 5.
Yeah.
Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, the top 5. Survey says Maestro top 5. Oleksandr Usyk, number 1. Number 2. Number 3. Artur the King Beterbiev. Number 4. Saul Canelo Alvarez. And number 5. Jermell Charlo. Now, I don't know. I think that my brother Tony may have a name or two he'd like to be in there. I'm thinking Mr. Tony Ellerby might want, an honorable mention for Tank Davis, but that ain't going to happen. OTC, what do you think about Maestro's top 5?
Do you know what? I like your top 5. I think 4 out of the 5 I could roll with.
There you go.
And there is justification to put them in there. The only one that I'm a bit wary of is Beterbiev. For me,
and even anyway,
18 KOs, 18 fights, 3-time light heavyweight champ.
18 fights? Are you mad?
That's where we have a problem.
Right.
One division.
In one division, he's not even division. Okay.
Mad?
If he beats Bivol and becomes undisputed, he's on that list for me.
Okay, I'll take that.
Yeah,
Tony. Let's see. Let me go to Tony real quick so we could see Tony's screen right there. I'm gonna do it solo layout. Tony says Terrence Crawford, Canelo Alvarez, Naoya Inoue, Oleksandr Usyk. It's an O though, not an A, but I got you. Number 5, Errol Spence. Then Haney, Charlo, Taylor, Fury. Okay, it's okay. I'm gonna ding the bell for that because it's a decent list, except for that number 10. What the
fuck? I'm actually
including Tank Davis at number 10. Come on now.
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something. On the basis of this weekend, Artur Beterbiev goes in at number 10.
So he replaces Tank Davis.
He replaces Tank Davis.
Okay, I gotta get. See, that's why Tony is.
But hang on a second.
The sport. He at least is removing Tank Davis because Tank Davis has no business being on that list.
Davis is still in the top 10. You know why?
Oh God.
Tyson
Bro,
Fury
I want to get on the payroll for PBC as well. Please let me know how you're doing.
Retired. Goes down in my top 10.
All right. Let's go to KT. KT, what are your thoughts there? Maestro's top 5.
I would say that Terrence Crawford has to move somewhere into the top 5. Artur Beterbiev and Inoue can be removed from the top 5. Not because they're not great, not because they haven't accomplished enough, but Terrence Crawford was undisputed at 140 before he went up and grabbed another belt at 147. Neither Naoya or Beterbiev are undisputed in any weight class.
He's undisputed right now.
No, he's not.
He's undisputed right now. Yes, he is.
He's missing that last belt from Paul Butler, goddamn.
So you think Paul Butler is the best in the division? You gonna say that?
He's the greatest. He's the world's greatest.
Paul,
I don't think you can sing that anymore. I don't think you can sing that anymore.
he's
You're
undisputed.
You're right about that though. You're right.
Inoue is undisputed. Beterbiev is not undisputed because he still has Bivol, who's got, people can make an argument for Bivol being best. You cannot make that argument with Paul Butler. I don't even think you can make the argument that he's number 5.
It don't matter. It don't matter. It's a chip that he doesn't have.
So Inoue is definitely undisputed. But we'll get back to the list real quick. All right, because right now we got Maestro's top 10 eye test. Maestro's eyes don't lie. And they tell me that Inoue's number 1, Beterbiev is number 2, Terrence Crawford number 3, Tyson Fury number 4, Boots Ennis. My eyes don't lie.
What's going on?
Boots is top 5 on the eye test. Then we got Shakur Stevenson. He's passing the eye test. Stephen Fulton Jr. Junto Nakatani. Ding the bell for Junto. Junto's passing the eye test. Conor Benn's passing the eye test. And so is Ryan Garcia.
Where's Zurdo? Where's Zurdo?
Oh my God.
Man, I forgot to put Zurdo on the list.
The only reason why I agree with this eye test,
I gotta make an adjustment. I gotta agree with that.
Only reason that I disagree with that eye test list is because my eye test list doesn't have anybody with any accomplishments on it. If you have any accomplishments, then you're not on my eye test list. That's why that is why Jaron Boots Ennis is number 1 and flies the eye test with flying colors. He passes the eye test with flying colors because he ain't done shit, but he looks fucking amazing.
What about Conor Benn? Does he pass the eye test?
He definitely passes the eye test. He's looking better than the young Spence was looking out there. Knocking dudes out faster than the young Spence was doing out there. He's definitely passing the eye test.
So based on your definition, on your methodology, you got to put Gilberto Zurdo Ramirez.
He ain't done shit. He ain't beat nobody. Usyk does not get him on the eye test list. Get out of here.
But you just said
Hang on, where's David Benavidez, bro?
I mean, he's accomplished some things. He's accomplished some things. So he's gotten a belt a few times.
He doesn't have a belt.
What about Andrade?
I'm trying to think. Andrade should. I was thinking Andrade might want to make the eye test. By the way, I'm seeing my brother KG up in here. KG, half of the Undefeated podcast, okay, where they also happen to host, guess what? The Breakdown, okay? It's the Undefeated podcast. You all need to make sure you check that one out. That's my brother KG. That's the Undefeated podcast, and that's the logo. So make sure you check out the Undefeated. Thank you so much for your support, KG. Appreciate it. So yeah, I'm seeing some names that I gotta figure out a way to see Slat Tendencies. He's not just a member, he's not just a sub, he's also a very smart man. I gotta figure out how to put Morrell Jr. onto this list. I gotta do that. So this is gonna have to be updated. And
wait, hold on.
I'll have you updated right now.
Virgil Ortiz, I don't know. He looks like he should be, but I don't know what happened in that last the fall through the last one kind of left.
Maestro.
Go for it.
Maestro.
Yeah.
I gotta ask the question.
Go for it.
Where's my boy Javante Tank?
You don't get credit for knocking out dudes out.
Hang on. You just said he doesn't get credit for any of his belts. He doesn't get on your eye test list? Are you mad?
You know what?
Are you having any kind of brain cells right now?
And Conor Benn does. I don't know about.
I've been more impressed with the eye test for Conor than I have with Tank, to be honest with you. You know, Conor doesn't even lose rounds, yo. How many rounds did he lose against Algieri? He blasted Algieri up out of there, yo. But I get it.
Algieri?
I mean, he's better than anybody Tank's faced since
Leo Santa Cruz. Leo Santa Cruz.
Leo Santa Snooze.
At 130, I don't know about that one. But yeah, we gotta see it. We gotta figure out the methodology for the eye test because Kenny and me, we came with 2 different methodologies. To me, Naoya Inoue is passing the eye test even though he's proven. He's still passing it. But in Kenny's books, the eye test is more for guys who haven't proven themselves, but who look spectacular, like a Tank Davis, right, Tony?
Yeah, I like Kenny's
I got him to say he hasn't done anything. See that?
logic. It makes absolute sense.
Okay.
Wait, you don't have a Lomachenko on your top 10 in terms of eye test.
He's accomplished though.
Nah,
well, at least that's not my list too.
No, look, when I see Lomachenko fight, I gotta keep it real. Like, Beterbiev is like more exciting to me. Inoue is more exciting to me. Terrence Crawford's more exciting to me. Boots Ennis more excited. Maybe Shakur, no, but I don't know. Shakur's. I don't know. We got to work on Maestro's top 10, but for now, I'm pretty happy with it. I'm pretty happy. We got Zurdo up in there for Kenny. We did that. We put in Zurdo in the top 10. Zurdo on the eye test.
You're not going to tell me Beterbiev is more exciting than Vasily Lomachenko.
Beterbiev is way more exciting. What? Did you not see?
I'd rather watch Beterbiev. I'd rather.
Come on. You not like knockouts, OTC? Sorry.
Look, I'm a fan of knockouts, but give me 10 rounds of Lomachenko, and I'll be son. I'll be sitting there like glorifying over the Matrix, him going all across the ring. Joe Joyce.
I think Joe Joyce is a great one for the eye test list. He beat Dubois. He beat Dubois. He's unaccomplished. I think Joe Joyce is a great one for the eye test.
Joe Joyce is slow. I know it's eye test, but maybe he's made it up YouTube videos or something. Maybe that kind of eye test, but in real time, nah, he's slow. He's slow as hell and stiff as well. Nah.
So give me some eye test guys then off the canvas.
For me, I've got a power for power list. I don't have an eye test necessarily.
Well, that's what we're working on right now. We're working on the eye test.
All right. For me, my top 3: Inoue, Lomachenko, and Terrence Crawford.
All right, that's a good list.
Terrence Crawford.
Because your eyes are telling you that this dude Crawford about to destroy Errol Spence. That's what your eyes say, right?
Absolutely.
And Kenny,
I'm not destroyed, but it's going to be a tough fight. Yeah.
What do your eyes tell you about Jerron Boots Ennis? What do they tell you about him?
The kid has all the tools in the bag needed to be like one of these legendary great champions. If he could bring it all together and actually can hold that level of skill and ability against top level opposition. That's what it tells me. Boots could be the top dog, but he ain't fought nobody. So he's just an eye test character at this moment.
So KG's asking me where Canelo is. I got Canelo top 4, KG, in terms of my top 5 accomplishment. Canelo's top 5. In fact, he's top 4, right?
I think that's unfair.
I agree.
I have him in my top 2.
Well, the thing is,
I agree as well.
He's not a Maestro likes knockouts, ladies and gentlemen. Maestro likes knockouts, and I gotta give the knockout weight over to Naoya and Beterbiev. You know, yeah.
Why is Usyk at the top if you like knockouts?
Because
he's that one in how long?
Yeah, but he moved up in weight though. It's a little bit different.
When was his last knockout?
Don't matter. He fought Chisora and he pretty much did knock out AJ. He almost had him out of there.
No.
Some credit.
But he didn't.
But it's not all knockouts, okay? It's also a list of accomplishments, and he was undisputed at 200 pounds and then moved up to heavyweight and now has 3 of the 4 quote-unquote major titles, so there's accomplishment. But if you're a little bit lower in the accomplishment area, you can make up for it on Maestro's list with knockouts, which is why Beterbiev is there, 18-0, 18 knockouts, 3-time light heavyweight champion, undefeated. Let's go.
Crazy. Do you know what's crazy? Stephen Fulton Jr. How the hell is he on your account?
No.
What?
I love Stephen Fulton.
He's a great eye test. But he ain't accomplished.
He's not an eye test, dude. Stephen Fulton is that guy. Stephen Fulton is that dude.
Honorable mention. And by the way, how is he not on the accomplishment? He's a unified champion at 122.
So is Akhmadov, who's fighting tomorrow.
Akhmadaliev.
Yeah, but
on Saturday.
this is true,
They
but
both have 2 belts in the super bantamweight division. Who's
they
the better fighter?
They both have 2 belts, but Roman, had a very close fight with him, and Stephen Fulton Jr. wiped out Roman. Let's keep it real, Tony. Akhmadaliev, he didn't look that great against Roman. Stephen Fulton Jr. looked spectacular against Roman. So that's why but I agree with you. I mean, don't forget, I put him as an honorable mention. Okay, I didn't have him on the list, so he's not top 5. He's an honorable mention. See, the problem is Tony just doesn't like the fact that I have Terrence Crawford as an honorable mention. That's why
it's crazy. It's ridiculous.
Why he's hating on the list?
You know what? You know, KG has a button for this. It's a disgrace.
Yeah, it's an absolute disgrace. Now, in terms of, you know what? I'm not against your top 5 list. I'll give you my one.
Yeah,
I've got a top 10 actually, but
go for it. Give me the top 5 or the top 10, fam.
This is before Beterbiev weekend. Maybe Beterbiev slots in at number 10. That's up for debate. But I had Bivol at number 10, Haley at number 9.
Okay.
I had Spence at number 8. I had Lomachenko at number 7.
That's my first disagreement.
I had Charlo at number 6.
Jermel
Charlo. I had Josh Taylor at number 5. I had Inoue at 4. I had Crawford at 3, and I had Canelo in 2, and Oleksandr Usyk in at number 1.
Wow!
But that's how I have it. I think it's a bit of a safe cut. It's very difficult because you can't have one set of metrics. You can't say accomplishments and belts of what you achieved, and you can't necessarily say resume, because where does Triple G go on the list? Where does Estrada go on the list?
Off the list.
Yeah, they don't belong on the list.
Oh, they're not on the list. Definitely not Triple G. Because at the end of the day, if Triple G was the man, like a lot of people try to make out that he is, he'd be putting away dudes the way Beterbiev's been doing it. But he didn't. So,
I also, do you know what, Maestro? I also value going up in weight classes. And if you've just been, chilling at your weight class in the comfort zone, that doesn't really show how you overcome adversity. How does Beterbiev do at cruiserweight?
Well, here's the thing though. I don't really care about weight jumping once you get 168 and above. The reason being, the gaps between the weights start to get really big, right?
Okay.
You look at the gap between 147 to 154 to 160 to 168. These are weights that you can kind of move up, even more so as you get lower. Once you get to 175, I mean, the next weight class is 25 pounds away. So I'm not going to knock Beterbiev for not moving up 25 pounds.
Yo, look, man, Mauricio Suleiman should have made that bridgerweight in between light heavyweight and cruiserweight, not above cruiserweight. That would have made more sense. That would have gave something in between that's like maybe 10 or 12 or 13 pounds up, somewhere in the middle. Yeah. And I think that's something that people would have been way more into watching and understanding, instead of bridgerweight being like, what is it, 200 to like 210 or something like some nonsense like that.
Yeah, I mean, I cannot fault a guy like Beterbiev for not moving up to cruiserweight and then the heavyweight. Matter of fact, Maestro management says that he needs to stay put at 175 and just go after the all-time title defenses. He doesn't need to be moving up in weight. He's not even a tall light heavyweight. Why should he move up to 200 pounds? That's 25 pounds north.
Hey, if he could fight Usyk at the heavyweight like they fought in the amateurs, I'd 100% go all 35, 45 pounds up and beat Usyk's ass and then go right back down in weight. Because, I'm telling you, you put 2 more rounds in that amateur fight that Usyk and Beterbiev had, and Beterbiev would have knocked Usyk the fuck out. He almost knocked him out in the 3rd round, but that was the last round. I'm telling you.
You're talking about the
amateurs.
Yeah. There you go. Lennox was best. I'd have Canelo at number 1. Sorry, Usyk at number 2. Sly Tendency says 5, Fury 4, Fury 3, Fury 2, Fury 1, Fury pound for pound. Super chat. I had to ding the bell for that one. I had to ding the bell. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. I want to give everyone a shout out. Okay, my brother OTC, thank you for joining us very, very much. OTCB, Off the Canvas Boxing. Let everybody know where they could find you. That's the channel. Where else can they find you? Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Instagram, Off the Canvas Boxing. Twitter, OTC Boxing 1. If you just type in OTC Boxing, you're definitely going to find it. Much love for all the support as well. I know a couple of people here, Sly, Norfolk, Brenner, a couple of men here, KG. Much love for the support. Support MaestroA Boxing and Kenny as well. And tune in tomorrow to watch the breakdown with Base the Kid. I don't know if Tony's going to be on it, but Tony's on it every single week.
He is.
That's the main thing.
And you can catch that on the Undefeated channel, okay, where the main show is hosted by KG the comedian and Travis J. They got a podcast, they got the breakdown, and then they got Monday Night Smoke. And you look at Mr. Monday Night Smoke right here, Mr. Black Smoke himself.
You know what, Maestro? I can't lie. The streets are not agreeing with you when you say that. They call it for War TC.
Well, the problem, OTC, is I don't disagree with you enough to have a good debate.
That's the thing. Anything you say, I agree with you.
Right?
100%.
I mean, because the other thing too is if somebody can make a logical argument that makes sense, like even if I don't agree, I can still kind of agree because the argument makes sense, right? Yeah. A lot of the guys you take on Monday Night Smoke, I mean, the logic is incoherent. It's all over the place, and it's the same with me. But I know the streets want to see OTC and Maestro, but we're not ready for that yet because we don't disagree enough. So until then, it's going to be optional defense after optional defense of the heavyweight title. OTC is going to defend that Bridgerweight crown over there on the Undefeated podcast. We'll keep it moving.
Absolutely.
And then we got Tony. You can catch him on the breakdown. Thank you so much for joining us, Tony. I appreciate it. All right.
Love the work, guys. Also, big shout, Kenny, the On the Table. I'm loving that stuff. Really a big fan of the visualizer stuff that you've done. It's keeping me sweet in the daytime, bro.
There you go.
To that in the background, it's like, yeah, love it.
There you go.
Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you for listening and tuning in. Definitely share that to your friends and shit. Help me grow out here.
All on the Table, available on all streaming platforms. Off the Canvas. Thank you so much for joining us. I'll see you later. And same to you too as well, Tony. You take care. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, guys.
Take care.
Take care. See you guys soon. Thank you for all the support.
Absolutely. So this was another episode of Mano a Mano. It was a Monday. We did our thing, Kenny. Any last words, brother?
Nah, man. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for the love. Continue supporting us. You know, we show love out there too. Check out All on the Table, like Maestro said, on all streaming platforms. And I just sent the link up to my channel in the chat. Let's show love, support. Let's continue growing. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, everybody. We up out of here. Take care.
Say, all right. I hear you, B. Shit was all right. You know what I'm saying? All right. Hey, nigga, peep though. If you SBA pay, you call me Young Repo, Old Debo. You can rapidly move your feet, so. But nigga, what's graphics to a cheat code? You know that Garrett's ain't for the hood. Turn your cheetah into Cheetos. Flaming, nigga think he banging. I make you take your chain out of places you should tuck your chain in. But Lou, you can get it back if you pay him. I make you Smith a Will if you ever think about Jaden. Quit the parading, lighten up like Raiden. Act your age, stop acting like you Asian. Talking like a shaman, make this trip short like a ride around the Caymans. All that shit you saying. This nigga acting like he was balling out in Chrome Hearts. Came out with a bag smaller than some phone parts. Fuck out of here.